Hello and welcome to Big Bad Bat Reps. This is Nick bringing you my second battle report. The campaign goes on, evil versus good. We've been kicking their butt so far, and this game coming up is for a pretty valuable tile. We're about to attack their bastion. Anyways, I'm playing Eric. He is new to fantasy, very experienced 40k player, but the campaign kind of got him intrigued and he started up a Wood Elf army. He has a lot of core to start out with, but he plans to expand his army. A little bit about the channel. I get the name BigBadBatrep. Um, my handle on the Carpe Noctem Vampire Counts forum is Big Bad Bat, and I'm doing bat reps, so makes sense, right? Here's an aerial shot of a good chunk of my Beastmen army. I typically don't play these guys. I have a fairly large collection of high elves and vampire counts painted up pretty darn good. I wanted to bring something fun to this campaign, so I pulled my Beastmen off the shelf. They're a lot of fun. Their special rule Primal Fury makes them very, very predictable in combat, and I like to use Lore of Beasts to buff them up. It's a pretty good combo. Here we have deployment. I have a lot more drops than him, so I pretty much get to set up the things that I like to. He does have a unit of 10 Glade Riders that are going to ambush in. I'm not that worried about him unless he uses them really, really well. We'll have to wait and see. Onto the lists, I'm running my level 3 Great Bray Shaman. He's got a Dispel Scroll, BSB with 1-up rerollable armor, the 4 Chariots, 2 units of Ungor Raiders, the large unit of Bestigor with the Standard of Discipline that lets me broadcast Leadership 9, 19 Bestigor, and 2 Razor Gore. He's running a level 4 Beasts, big unit of Dryads, Glade Guard with the Poison Arrows, 5 Sisters of the Thorn, 10 Glade Riders, and a Tree Man. Here's a look at my right flank. I have the 1 Razor Gore to the way right, a Chariot, and 5 Ungor Raiders. I'm hoping they can mess around with that Tree Man or nick a wound off him here or there before he gets into the action. My plan, like I said, I out-deployed my guy pretty well. I had a lot more drops than him. I'm hoping he moves the Dryads up and I can just kind of take care of them and hopefully try to pin down those darn archers. It's going to be tough, but we'll see what happens. For spells, I roll up Wissen's Wild Form, Curse of Anrahir, and Savage Beast of Horos. Wissen's is pretty much a no-brainer. Curse of Anrahir really helps in a lot of situations with regards to movement, and the -1 to hit is also a treat. Savage Beast of Horos is really good when spammed on a bunch of cheaper characters, but it'll do well on my Great Bray or my Wargore. His spell singer rolls up Wissen's Wild Form, Amber Spear, Curse of Anrahir, and the Savage Beast of Horos. He also has access to another Curse of Anrahir and Shield of Thorns via his sisters. The Wood Elves win turn 1. He advances his Dryads up into the woods, the sisters right behind him. His archers stay exactly where they are, and he moves the Tree Man up a bit. He does have the Glade Guard coming in ambush as well. It's 3-2 for Winds of Magic. He throws all 3 at Curse of Anrahir on my large unit of Bestigor. I throw my 2 dice at it and fail to dispel it, so it's on there. It's not that big of a worry for me though, because I don't really need to march this turn. For shooting, the Glade Guard shoot at the Ungor Raiders, and I inform him that I am long range, skirmishers, hard cover. He needs 7s to hit me, so poison won't work, and he doesn't do anything to those guys. Beastmen turn 1. I move things up, not cautiously, but I'm not really in a hurry to get into this combat right away, so I just kind of move things up, trying to give my things cover against the shooting. I really want to get into those dryads and get those points. I think that I can take care of them easily, and then hopefully I can maneuver my way to get some of those other points. Here you see a picture of my right flank advancing to basically harass the tree man. I probably would charge both the chariot and Vestigor into him to tie him up, maybe do a wound or two. I wouldn't really expect them to win combat, but you never know. Beastmen magic is 10 to 5. I throw some dice at Wiston's wild form on these Vestigor, and he fails to dispel with his level 4. So, similar to last game, now I get to cast spells with impunity, and I get all the spells off I want. Turn 2, the Glade Guard come on, behind my lines, no surprise. He puts them over on this flank, and I'm thinking I would have put him on the other side to distract and kind of cause havoc over there. But maybe he's thinking he can pick up some points over here and go cause trouble over there later. He moves the Dryads up a little further into the forest, not taking the bait on my Ungor Raiders. And he moves his sisters in front of his Glade Guard. They're hard cover, but pretty much everything he's shooting at from me has got woods in between and whatnot, so it's not that big of a deal. And here's just a cool pic of the Beastmen staring down the Dryads. The magic phase is 3 to 2 again. He's having terrible luck here early in the game with his magic. We're kind of laughing about it. The Tree Man does Strangle Root at the Razorgore for a wound. The Glade Riders, I'm sorry, shoot at the Chariot and do a wound to it. The Glade Guard knock their arrows and let loose a bunch of shots at this unit of Vestigor. They need 6 to hit, but that's all they need because they're poison, and I lose 7. Beastmen turn to charge, charge, charge. I'm actually in kind of a predicament here. If you remember from an earlier picture, the Ungor Raiders were in front of that smaller unit of Vestigor. Kind of to make things work, I had to declare a charge on those sisters first with them. They actually ended up making it like on a 9, but they just needed kind of a 4 or a 5 to get out of the way of the large unit of Vestigor. They come in and slam into the Dryads. I declared with both chariots, which were in the flank at the time of the declared charge, but I moved the Vestigor first and couldn't quite close the door on them due to the smaller unit of Vestigor. So he had to close to me, leaving them in my front arc. So I'm not sure rules-wise how this plays out, but we played it where the chariot, only one made it in because it had to be in the front. And the chariot and Razorgore slam into the tree man, hoping to do some wounds there. Other movement, I shuffle my Razorgore and other chariot just to kind of face the direction those Glade Riders are, keeping enough distance where they can't get out of my charge arc there, and the Ungor Raiders turn to face them and shoot some shots ineffectually. For magic, it's 9 to 5. I'm having big phases. He's having little ones early. I think it's going to help me turn the tides. I cast Curse of Ander here on the Dryads, and he fails to dispel. And then I get Wiston's Wild Form off and Savage Beast of Horos on my Great Bray Shaman. It's kind of ridiculous, but magic's going my way thus far. So after the buffs and debuffs, this is what it looks like. He's -1 to hit with Hatred. I'm toughness 5. It's not working. I do a ton of wounds to him, enough to break him. He's not steadfast. The chariot did a couple impact hits and knocked one off. The 6-up ward save is really helping these guys a little bit, but still just overmatched. So we pursue and run him down and are now facing down the Glade Guard. Just kind of what I was looking for. You can see those sisters are advanced a little further from their prior position. I'm not sure what that is, or if I took this picture at a different time. I'm not certain. Here I put a couple wounds on the tree man. I think one got through with impact hits, and the Razorgore did another one, maybe 2. He's strength 6 on the charge. But then the tree man goes and smashes the chariot. I actually end up winning this combat by one. I got a charge and a flank still. Um, yeah, he did 3 wounds to the chariot, so I win by one, but he's stubborn and he holds. Wood Elves turn 3. He was getting bore down on by some Bestigor, but he uses the magic stone of teleporting between forests, and now he is safe over here for now. Kind of a surprise, those tricksy Wood Elves. He shuffled around the Glade Riders, and the Tree Man's in combat, and that's really all he has to move. Magic is 7 to 5. He gets off Curse of Anra here on my one of my chariots that's bearing down on something, and then he fails to cast something else, so his magic phase is over. For shooting, the Glade Riders kill 2 Ungor, and the large unit of the Glade Guard, I can't remember what they shoot at. I want to say they shot at a chariot, but I'm not sure. But either way, I made all my armor saves because I don't think anything happened. This is my turn 3. I'm seeing if those Glade Guard are in my arc, and they are, but it's not a good charge. The chariot right next to the small unit of Bestigor has Curse of Anra here on it. My big unit of Bestigor and my chariots are facing off over there away from the action. I think I'm just going to take a turn and regroup. So this is what I do. I move the chariot in front of the Bestigor to give them cover. I try to get anything I can in a wood. I don't know the exact rule for the teleportation thing, but I'm thinking if I can help occupy some woods here, I can keep him from doing that again. I kind of just rotate and move things around. Beastmen magic is 5 to 3. I throw 3 dice at Curse of Anra here on the Glade Riders, and I roll triple sixes. I get a miscast 5. That's the small template centered on my shaman. He takes a wound, and I lose 3 Bestigor to that explosion. After magic, it looks like this. The Glade Riders are cursed. The Razorgore did move up and try to cause them some trouble. Also threaten that big Glade Guard unit. Wood Elf turn 4. He just kind of shuffles about. He brings his Tree Man in a bit. He does finally have a big magic phase. It is 12 to 6. He throws a couple dice at Curse of Anra here from the Sisters of the Thorn at that chariot that you can see. He casts it irresistibly and loses 1 sister. He throws a bunch of dice at Wissons on the Glade Guard to kind of make them a little hardier. I throw all of my dice to dispel that, and that's about it for that. The Glade Guard managed to only kill 2 Bestigor from that small unit, so I lucked out there. So, Beastmen turn 4. I charge, charge, charge. I charge the chariot and my small unit of Bestigor into that tree man. I do declare one of my other chariots into the Glade Guard, and well, this is just kind of a forecast of things to come for that. And the Razorgore goes into the flank of the Glade Riders as well. Everyone makes it in. I march up my Bestigor to get more into the action. I use some other chariots in the back that are out of the picture to hopefully fill up woods and keep him out of them. I make the charge here easily. I got the chariot in the flank, and Bestigor is at the front. Here the Razorgore is auto in on the Glade Riders. I'm really hoping that I can break these guys. He's strength 6 on the charge. He has a charge and a flank. He's only getting 2 attacks back. It looks good for this guy. Magic phase for the Beastmen was 9 to 6. I'm just having really good magic phases again. I throw quite a few dice at Savage Beast of Horos on my BSB who's in combat with the Tree Man. He uses a bunch of dice to dispel that, and I do get Curse of Anrahir off on the Tree Man. For combats, the Razor Gore hits 3 times, or hits twice, and those are his 2 1s there for wounding. Good job, little guy. Um, the Glade Rider do a wound to him. They stick. The Chariot does a couple impact hits. I think it wounds the Tree Man. Um, I end up killing the Tree Man pretty easily. And overrun into the Glade Guard. This just worked perfect. They're in combat. It's his turn. He can't Moonstone or whatever out of the way. He's going to have to deal with that Chariot, and then I hopefully have enough stuff there to deal with him. This is a picture of the end of the last turn. He had reformed his Glade Riders to face me after sticking. That little red die next to them indicates they have Shield of Thorns up. That's actually what did the wound to the Razor Gore in the prior turn. His turn's going to be fairly quick though, because most of his stuff is in combat. He does have Magic 6 to 3. He tries to cast Savage Beast of Horos on his Spellsinger, and he fails to cast. So his magic phase is over. He has a little shooting to speak of, and we just got combat coming up. Here's a pic of that combat about to start. He had moved his Sisters of the Thorn over here in the turn prior. Pictures are a bit out of order or something. So between impact hits and other things, I kill like 4 or 5 Glade Guard, and I put 2 wounds on his Spellsinger, which is good. The Razor Gore kills 3 of the Glade Riders. He takes 1 wound from Shield of Thorns. He's got 1 left, but they stick again. And not surprising, I charge all my stuff in to attempt to finish these guys off. I declare with both my Bestigor units on the Glade Guard. It works just fine, and it's pretty much right where I want them. This fight's just not going to end good for these guys. I have a lot of ranks with my large Bestigor unit. He's a little wider from before to allocate for shooting. I do get Savage Beast of Horos off on my BSB for good measure, and we go to town on these guys pretty good. This is the end of that combat. We go to town on them, like I said. Do a ton of wounds. He's on Snake Eyes. The Spellsinger's dead. He breaks from combat. I pursue with everything, trying to get that unit. They do get away. The Sisters of the Thorn panic through the Glade Riders who had dispatched the Razor Gore finally. They then panic off the board, which is not looking good. Here's another shot showing how the Sisters of the Thorn ran through the Glade Riders, panicked them off the board. That's where the Sisters ended up. The Glade Guard are running for their lives. Think they're below 25%. We call it here. The MVP of this game was definitely that Chariot overrunning into the flank of the Glade Guard. That pinned him. I wasn't fast enough, and I don't have any scouts to deploy in those forests. I saw it coming, the teleportation thing, but couldn't do much about it the first time. But it worked out for me. Thanks for watching. We got more campaign action coming up in the future. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to comment, and please subscribe. Watch more of my videos. Thanks.